Hi, we are going to be reading After the Fall tonight, and this is going to be our read aloud. I want you to think, before we even start, I'm noticing maybe a character here. I want you to think about this character, who you think that character might be, and if you can already make a text connection. I wonder. Oh, let's read the title. It says, After the Fall, How Humpty Dumpty Got Back Up Again. Do you know a character named Humpty Dumpty? Have you ever heard of him before? I'm sure you have. We've heard of him in several stories, I think. My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot, high up on the wall. I know, it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I love being close to the birds. Then one day, I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my life. Where is poor Humpty Dumpty? Oh, this says Kings County Hospital. Fortunately, all the Kingsmen managed to put me back together. Well, most of me. There were some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages. I want you to think, when you have an accident and you have bandages, or if I've never had a broken bone. Ooh, I better not say that. I've never had a broken bone before, but I have had. If you are one of my students, you know very well about the life in Mrs. Grundy.
Are you talking about
the last year? Thank you. The last year, the life in my my accidents. I've had an accident or two this last year, and there are some parts of me that could not be put back together all the way. I wonder, can you relate to this a little bit? I most certainly can. Look, I kind of recognize some of these things. What do you think? Where is he at? I wonder, where is he at? Whoops. After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. Ooh. I wonder if one of his favorite things might be up. Oh, they have a ladder for them. If they want to go up high, they can get it. But he's afraid now. How sad. I walked past the wall every day, and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really miss the birds and being above the city, but I could never do it because I knew that accidents can happen. Oh, here's the ladder that he would climb. And he's just walking right by. I want you to think right now, are there any times that you've done something and you're kind of afraid to do it again? Maybe you have tried to do a front flip on the trampoline. Or maybe you have tried to take your training wheels off of your bike. And you haven't you weren't successful that first time and now you're afraid to try to do it again? What about, you know what, when you were little, what if the only time that you tried to walk was that one time and you fell and you decided that when you were a baby you were never going to try again? I wonder what he is going to do. Oh, let's look. Oh, those birds are super high. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. Then one day, an idea flew by. Oh, do you see the idea? I do. It's right here. I think. Maybe. I think that might be is that a paper airplane? Oh, I think it might. Oh, it might be. Making planes was harder than I thought. Ooh, but if you're in my class or if you've ever been in my class, you'll know my number one rule is that we do hard work in 3rd grade. But guess what? Anytime you're in my class, that's my rule. So, guess what? You can do hard things no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're in my class or not. You can still do hard things. If you're trying to learn how to zip your coat, you can do it. Making planes was harder than I thought. Look how determined he is. It was easy to get cuts and scratches. Oh, paper cuts are the worst. He seems frustrated. Do you see his face? He looks very determined, like he can do it here. Now he looks frustrated. Uh-oh. Oh no. Look at that face. But day after day, I kept trying. Do you know what that big word is when you keep trying and you keep trying day after day? That's persevering. That is a wonderful quality to have. He has a good quality. He keeps trying and trying. Uh-oh. Look. He's trying so long that he fell asleep. It says zzz. Oh my Lanta. He's snoring. What? Until I got it just right. My plane was perfect and it flew like nothing could stop it. Sorry. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being up in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. Oh my gracious, look at his face. Unfortunately, accidents happen. What accident might have happened to his paper airplane bird? What do you think could have happened? Have you ever made a paper airplane before? I have. I've been super frustrated before because of this. Have you ever been frustrated before because of this? I wonder, I made a prediction because I used my schema of what I already know of something that happened to me. But maybe it didn't happen. We'll see. They always do. Oh, accidents always happen. Oh, there he is. That's kind of an awkward place to be. Uh-oh. Where did his paper airplane go? Oh, you can't see. Here he is. Here's his airplane. Here's the ladder. He worked days and days and days on that airplane. Where's it going? Oh no! Here, he's on the sidewalk right here. And here's the ladder going up. I almost walked away again. Oh, Humpty, don't walk away. But then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I'd miss. Yeah, he worked too hard on that thing. I decided I was going to climb that wall. Well, he persevered through that, making that paper airplane. Surely he can persevere going up that wall, right? Would you do that? What would you do? Would you walk away? Or would you climb? I kind of am afraid of heights. Can I tell you that? That's a lot of steps up. That would take a lot of courage from Mrs. Rundy to do. Would you be courageous? Because look, it's on the edge. But that used to be his favorite place. So maybe if that was my favorite place in the past, I might be able to do it. Okay, it said, but the higher he's going. It says, but the higher I got, the more nervous I got. I didn't want to admit it. I was terrified. Have you ever been terrified? I have. For sure. Oh, look at his face. Look at his feet even. They're like shaking. Oh, Humpty Dumpty. Look at him. Until I was no longer afraid. Why was he no longer afraid? Yeah, he made it all the way up there. Way to go, Humpty Dumpty. Man, that I would have to say that's the same thing about everything we do, guys. If we keep working hard and we persevere through every single thing, it seems scary, it seems hard. But if we keep doing it and we keep working, it's not scary anymore. We can rejoice and we can be excited. And we can get high fives from our friends or from our moms or from our dads or our grandmas or our grandpas and hugs. And we can get, right now, we can get an air high five from Mrs. Randy or whoever, right? Like, we can rejoice and be excited. I am so excited for Humpty Dumpty. What a great lesson to learn right now. Baby, oh my Lanta. Maybe, there we go. Maybe now you won't think of me as that egg who was famous for falling. Oh, I'm glad I don't think of him like that. Oh, look. We don't need to think of him for the thing that he did wrong, his failure. hopefully you'll remember me as the egg who got back up and climbed back up on that wall and got brave and persevered. Instead of having a fixed mindset, he had a growth mindset. He worked hard, guys. Wow, look at him. His egg. What happened to his egg? It's everywhere. His Band-Aid is gone. What happened to it? Oh, Violetta! He's a bird. Because guess what? And learn how to fly. Guys, when we make a mistake and we fall down and we fail a test, or we fall off our bike, or we say something sad and wrong to our friend, whatever mistake we make, we can fall down and we can get back up again. We can fix that mistake. We can apologize. We can practice whatever we need to do. We can push through, and we can then persevere, be successful, and we can learn how to fly. Oh my gracious. I hope that you can think about this story the next time that you are feeling challenged for something. Maybe it's something that's going on in your life today. We have a lot of things that you may be thinking about. A lot of us are being told to stay home right now. A lot of us don't have school right now, or you may be staying with a friend. There's a lot of uncertainty right now, I'm sure, for you. But guess what? We can still find some good things that are going on. We can still find some things that we can be proud of. Practice those facts. Practice those things that you need to be practicing. I am so proud of each and every one of you. I miss you dearly. I cannot believe it hasn't even been a whole week and I haven't got to see your sweet faces. I need to see your sweet faces. I miss you, but I cherish this book dearly. I hope to see you soon.